What's going on, guys? It's Racer here, and let me tell you about crashes in the Need for Speed series and franchise and how they should be handled. So, I actually got some pretty cool stuff at the end of the video, including a giveaway I'll be doing very soon, or hopefully soon. So, stick around for that, and I'll be telling you about some cool stuff at the end of the video. So, jumping right into it. Crashes. They've been around forever, and I'm going to be starting and highlighting Need for Speed Underground because mainly that's when the popularity of the franchise caught on and became a household name. So, in Underground 1, I don't have any footage of it, sadly. It kind of forced you to be straight. And when I say that, where you would crash and the car would do this really weird kind of mechanic where it would just kind of put you back in a straight motion and you would peel off. But the problem with that is that there was very stupid AI in that game. The cars just kind of had their own path. They just stayed there, so if you got crashed, you'd be forced to restart. And I think that's really annoying in racing games, and when you get forced to be restarted and you kind of have to redo it. And I think that discourages a lot of times the players to keep doing that race. That's what I get kind of annoyed at, is that when I'm doing good in a race and I know there's a guy in front of me, I'll have to restart. But if I crash and I'm doing good and then just the AI just goes full retard on me, it's like this is kind of stupid. And that's why I think one of the pros of Criterion's crashing system is that they at least put you on the road going at 100 miles per hour so you can catch back up. So, okay. So yeah, I think it's funny. Criterion's games, people kind of hate the crashing system, and I kind of agree with them on some points. On some other points, I kind of disagree. So, I say crashing, when you crash is pretty much only 10% of the game engine itself. The rest of it's actually just all mechanics. And I say this in a way where Hot Pursuit had a lot less crashing than Most Wanted. I would say about 75% of the time I was just driving, and if I lost, I lost. There was a guy in front of me or something, and I just didn't crash that much. The only time I crashed was from spike strips, and they showed the spike strips and they put it back on the road. And I think that was one of the main problems with Most Wanted, where they kind of stayed on the crash for too long. They didn't crash, then they put you back on the road right away. I think if you would have done that, it would have been a lot happier. It would have been a lot less of annoyance. So, but the thing with Hot Pursuit, you crashed a lot less because it was on an open road. You kind of went off when you went off the road. You were just driving in dirt and stuff. So you went back on the road. The cars were, I guess when you could see cars from a lot farther off. The roads were a lot less, there was a lot less right angles on it. So when you had those right angles, there were massive intersections. So you could see cars, and I think that was a problem because it was a linear racing game, and you kind of had this track system that there was a lot less cars to really mess around with. And even the AI in the game was kind of smart. They kind of stay their own path. If you hit them, they wouldn't hit back. But Most Wanted AI, just whatever they were doing with Most Wanted, the AI was just a massive problem because they would just hit you. They would take you out. They were so aggressive. It was annoying because they weren't acting like they were driving $40,000 cars. So yeah, I mean, that was annoying. That's why I have hope for this new game because they have guys from Simbin and Slightly Mad Studios, which did a phenomenal job on Shift 2 Unleashed. I love that game. My last video actually had some gameplay of it, and I like the fact that the AI in that game, they worked right. I mean, if you were driving, they would avoid you. They knew they were driving cars that cost a lot of money. They didn't want to get them wrecked. So you, on the other hand, you could wreck them, and they really wouldn't care. So yeah, I think it's a really delicate situation. So I think the Criterion crashing system won't be laid on as heavy as it was in the past games. So, but yeah, that's what I'm getting back to, is that I think the crashing in this next game won't be as dominant as it is in Most Wanted, because they've already confirmed you're driving in a open kind of world. It's more dirt, rural area. I can't say that word. Deserty, snow, all that type of stuff. So you're gonna be throwing like a throwback to Hot Pursuit, but Hot Pursuit set in a much more open world because there is no kind of linear racing. It's open world from the start. It's a massive world because you have games when you're playing with your friends and cops are being there and you're in there with them, so you're working against or with each other. So the world has to be much more open. I would say Hot Pursuit was a very big game. Like, if you drove around in free drive, it took you forever to get where you were going. I mean, I would say the road itself was about 20, or like I would say 40 miles, from south to north, and it was a big game. There was some really long races in Hot Pursuit, and Most Wanted, it was a much more condensed world, city driving, and I personally don't like city driving and racing. It annoys me. I want to be on the open road. I want to be driving fast, chasing down cops. And I think that's the best time, is when you're kind of driving in an urban area. There's so much more traffic, and it's a lot. You just hit the traffic a lot more. It's kind of annoying. I think one of my favorite maps to really race on was Carbon, because it had a very nice blend of open roads and highway system, and even the racing in the city wasn't even that bad, and there was a lot less traffic. And I know we're playing a racing game, and I know it's supposed to be set semi-real, but you could just kind of go easy on the traffic, and I think that's why I liked Hot Pursuit so much, because it was very light on the traffic. And I probably will be putting up some videos of Hot Pursuit later on. I just haven't been playing it that much because I'm kind of doing a three-way battle on Most Wanted right now for the top spot on my Most Wanted list. So okay, so yeah, that's the video. I'm gonna talk about what I was gonna say earlier in the video, which is I'm doing a giveaway when I reach 100 subscribers, and I want to thank you guys that are actually watching this right now. And if you subscribe, the faster I get to 100, the faster I can do the video. Once I hit 100 subscribers, I'll do a whole comment, and I'll randomly pick somebody. So put your names on a bow, or I'll ask a question. The best answer really gets the game. Sharing the video really would help. Just the faster I get to 100 subscribers, the faster I'll be doing the giveaway. Probably asking like, "Hey Racer, what's the giveaway?" Well, it's a Need for Speed game, obviously. It's actually Need for Speed Pro Street for the PC on Origin. So, and the Pro Street came out in 2006. So if you don't have a very good PC, it'll still run. I think I have a good PC. I was running it on low, again, 400 frames a second. So the game has no problem running. You just have to it's a downloadable title, obviously. So if you don't have very good internet, I'm sorry. But hey, I'll definitely be doing a shout out if if you win the. I don't know what I'll do, but the other thing is I'm actually starting a website soon. So in this website will pretty much just be a photo gallery of all my games, all the racing games I play, and all the cars I customize. So I might have community days where I'll put some pictures from the community that I really like. So just share the video. Try to get the word out about the channel. I mean, I'm trying to get past this kind of slow burn mark. And if you're watching the video and you're watching it, I want to thank you personally. And I think you're just trying to help someone new out and trying to provide the people with quality content of for a racing game. So thanks guys.